Hello, I'm Thomas Lloyd. This is Top Mexico Real Estate, and we wanted to chat a little bit about inflation. Inflation has been affecting many households lately here in the United States and Canada. Inflation being at the highest levels it's been since about 13 years. Even in October, the increases in the heating of the houses has increased tremendously. Even the gas prices for the automobiles, we've seen a big spurt going up. So Mexico real estate, is there anything that can offset or some kind of strategy where Mexico real estate or investments can help to offset this inflation and this coming inflation? There's three areas I wanted to share with you, and one of them is the huge savings in the cost of living down in Mexico versus United States and Canada. The second thing I wanted to chat with you is the strategies of diversifying your portfolio during inflationary time periods, how you could or to evaluate the diversifying into real assets, real estate. And third are some of the advantages of having a house loan payment plan versus rental payments during the inflation time period, and how that could affect you and opportunities that might be available that you never thought of when investing and evaluating Mexico. So coming back to the huge savings in the cost of living. Now, one of the strategies is you're rolling into an inflationary time period is you want to start looking at your budgets, your expenses. What can you do to tighten the belt to make sure that you're making smart expenses, or where can you make it more efficient, your day-to-day? Right now, the energy costs are going up, so you're going to have to sacrifice in different areas. The gas price in last week has gone up 5 cents per gallon. And from a year ago, it's $1 more expensive than what it was a year ago. So down in Mexico, I wanted to share with you a little bit of a website called numbeo.com. That's numbeo.com. It's a cost of living comparison, and it's a fantastic website where you can actually drop in different cities. And in my evaluation, what I've done here is I put in Playa del Carmen, and I've compared it with Chicago, just a random city up north. And some of the things that I wanted to share with you is the cost of a dozen eggs, for example, is a 34.69% less expensive down in Mexico than what it is up here. Apples, 1 pound of apples, it has a 69.30% difference in cost. Now I'm going to share a few other items here. Tomatoes, 79.35% difference. The water, a 1.5 liter bottle of water, you're looking at a 66.47% difference. Cappuccino, a regular cup of cappuccino, in Chicago, you're looking at average about $4.25. Down in Mexico, $1.85. And that's a 56.56% savings that you can be realizing when living down in Mexico. Domestic beer, this will be of high interest to many of you. 67.61% savings. Do I need to say more? But I will continue. The cinema. Cost to go to a normal movie theater is 79.35% savings. If you're into fitness, getting back into the fitness, a monthly membership has an average of 52.73% savings. So you add all of these different day-to-day expenses that you normally experience up in the northern city, such as Chicago. You can do a tremendous amount of savings down in Mexico living. Now, this could be during the winter months. This could be year-round. But the point here is it is an effective, very effective way to become more efficient, to reduce your day-to-day living expenses. Now, the other part of how Mexico real estate, how you evaluating Mexico real estate and combating this coming inflation is by being able to diversify your portfolio. Now, real estate is it's a solid investment. It's a tangible investment. And through the history, it's shown that it is a very good offset as inflation continues. The real estate maintains an upward growth along with the inflation. Basically, as your basic goods, the cost goes up, your gas prices goes up, your rents on properties, they're pressured to go up on the same level as everything else in the marketplace. So as rents increase, the value of a property also increases along with it. So a long story short, real estate is a very good offset. It's a hedge to offset this inflation. Your investment in this maintains solid on a high range of probability. Choosing the location remains very, very important. You want to avoid investing in real estate where there is a lot of competition, where the market's already mature. It's difficult to have good margins or areas of opportunity of valuation increase, appreciation. So when you're choosing, that's why going international, studying international real estate investment, it makes a lot of sense. But you also want to make sure you're going into a country or a region of the country where there's also a good track record of continued appreciation, continued demand. Now, the third thing I wanted to chat with you is the advantages of having a house loan payment plan versus renting a house and during the inflation time periods. Now, if your landlord, when it's a situation time period of inflation, obviously the landlord is experiencing increase in pricing, and they have the pressure to increase their rents. So in this time period, as your strategy to reduce and have good control of your expenses, and you have a couple of larger line items being the rent of the house, and you can't really control that and it's growing, then that is going to affect your lifestyle. It's going to affect your savings. Versus if you do purchase and you have an investment in real estate and you do have a loan, the advantages of taking a loan to be able to purchase become even more stronger when inflationary time periods. And let me explain just a little bit about that. Basically, when you're if you're into a monthly payment plan with the bank or whoever's lending the money to you, if you're able to fix that amount, and as inflation continues and you have a good control of that monthly payment, then there's a huge advantage in that in itself. But you add on to this, every time that you're making your dollar amount payment and you have inflation, the real money, the real cost to you is actually decreasing. So your savings increases during an inflationary time period. So these are three very interesting items that I invite you to study, to review, to learn, read about much more in depth. Those being, I repeat, first, the incredible cost savings that you can execute when living down in Mexico. Going down during the winter when all of the expenses, the heating expenses are going higher and higher. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to turn off the electric bill, turn off that heating bill, and to escape down south where you don't need to worry about heat? And even during the winter, many regions of Mexico, you don't need to worry about the air conditioning either. So that's a lot of cost of living savings that you can experience and execute. The second being a very smart review, listen to some of the top real estate experts on how diversifying your portfolio, getting more of your percentages into real assets, into real estate, is a very smart, intelligent strategy for implementation. And then finally, the third one, what we talked about, study strategies of purchasing properties during inflationary time periods, all the strategies of having loans and making those payments versus rentals and the opportunities there. So if you have any further questions on this topic of the inflation and how Mexico and the Mexico real estate market could be of interest and opportunities for you, please write to us, give us a call, send us a text. We'd be very excited to listen to your ideas, to your dreams, and to help you make some intelligent decisions. I'm Thomas Lloyd. This is Top Mexico Real Estate. We make it happen. Hasta luego.